So yesterday we were talking about the different, 5 different types of investigations, and we said that we can have a model, like we talked about the model of the solar system model. We have that because it's too big for us to go and to observe ourselves. We also had the simulators, and we talked about like the flight simulators that people use to practice because it would be too expensive, or it could be too large to actually try to practice stuff on. We also talked about observations, and observation is using your senses to notice something. And we also had field studies. These were like the paleontologists and things like that that go out into the field, out into nature to study them in their natural environment. And finally, we had the controlled experiment. These are the actual experiments where we're going to compare two things. We're going to control all the variables, all the aspects of the actual experiment. Today, we are going to be talking about verifying the results. So when we get this all done, there are 4 ways that you can actually verify these results. You can check and see if these results are correct or not, okay? And one of them is one we talked about yesterday, using your observations. An observation is simply looking at it, simply feeling it, simply smelling it, using your senses to prove or disprove something is like that. For example, we could say the dog is white. I use my eyes to see that the dog is white. I could say the dog is fluffy. The dog has hair. I could feel that hair, or I could see it. When it comes to science, you could do the same thing. People in doing field studies will observe and watch how the orangutans play with each other, or how the gorillas communicate, or something like that. They're watching it. They're noticing it. They're listening for all their. They're using all their senses to do this. Another way is then something called an inference. An inference is taking that observation, something you see, something you notice, and then using some of your detective skills to figure out something's going on. For example, if I look outside and I see snow, I'm going to make the inference saying, it must be cold, I need a jacket, okay? So I've used one of my senses, I observed snow outside, and then I use my detective skills saying, hey, if it's cold enough to have snow outside, I probably need my jacket, okay? Another one is facts and opinions, okay? You have to know the difference between a fact and an opinion. A fact is something that you can prove, okay? If I walked outside and I said the sky is blue, could you prove that? Yeah. If I walked outside and said the sky is orange, could you prove that?
No.
Yes. You could prove me wrong. I may say it's wrong, okay, but you can prove it one way or the other. If I said the tree is broken, can you prove whether it is or not? Yes. So you can have true facts, you can have false facts. Okay? But a fact is something that can be proven one way or the other. An opinion, you can't prove it. An opinion is something that you think or something that you feel. For example, if I said, Mr. Bruner smells bad, okay? Can you prove or disprove whether I smell bad? No, because here's the key. There is an opinion word in there. It's bad. Because what's bad to you may not be bad to them. If you can dispute it and say, nope, I don't think he smells bad. Yes, I do think he smells bad. If you cannot prove it one way or the other, that's your opinion. Okay? If I said, ooh, Johnny got an 80 on his test, some of you could agree or disagree, or can we disagree or agree on that one? He got an 80 on his test. Can we prove that? Yeah. We go and look at his test and say, oh, he's got an 80. That's a fact. If I said Johnny got an 80 on his test and I say Johnny got a good grade, can we prove that?
No.
Can you agree or disagree to that? How many of you think 80 is a good grade? Ooh, a few of you. How many of you say, no, that's kind of a bad grade? See, we have a difference of opinion because some of you feel it's good, some of you feel it's not good. So an opinion is your feelings, and your thinking. Okay? And if somebody can disagree with you, and we can't prove it one way or the other, that's a difference of opinion.